It is high time for us to tell ourselves the truth about Nnamdi Kanu's case. I repeat, it is high time for us to tell ourselves the truth about Nnamdi Kanu's case. When the colonial masters came into Nigeria, they killed a lot of people. Yes, they killed a lot of people and sold a lot of people as slaves. They invaded communities. They demystified kings. When the colonialists came, who is going to charge those colonialists for the crimes they committed on the African people? Before Nigeria was created, a lot of atrocities were committed. Who is going to hold these colonialists responsible? The democracy we are practicing, it is them that pass it on to us. The civilization we have, most of the civilization we have, we are copying from them. Our own, we abandon it. They came and disrupted our system and introduced a new system. For those saying that Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB is terrorists and that, the colonialists, the West, that have been committing crimes, who will call them terrorists? See, there was no borders in Africa. There was no borders. It is in Berlin, they now have to give una borders. Make sure say they use their borders. Chain una. Anybody that is fighting for the liberation of Africa would always face what Nnamdi Kanu is facing, with all the so-called charges and everything. He killed this one, he do this one, his boy, all those. Like I said, if two people are fighting, okay, let's say Biafra and Nigeria, they are fighting battle. As a Nigerian soldier, the Biafran man is a criminal to you. As a Biafran soldier, the Nigerian man is a criminal to you. It depends on where you are standing. If you want to stand on the side of justice, you will see things clearly. If you understand your tomorrow, if you know where you are coming from and why you are where you are today, you understand that Nnamdi Kanu as a person is fighting for Africa's liberation. But you don't want to understand because you are carried away by politics. You are being locked up in a system. They chain you in a system. This current system, democratic system. You cannot think out of the box. Patrice Lumumba was killed by his best friend. Oyibo go use fellow black, destroy fellow black. Africa today, we cannot boast of anything. But when it comes to worshipping the Oyibo people, the West, with our Agbada, with our Danshiki, with our Ishago, when it comes to worshiping them, we'll carry all those things and worship them. But something will not tell you that we are in a fix. Awolowo saw it in time. He said, Nigeria is a mere geographical expression. Some people want to kill themselves in that Nigeria. You see a country like Nigeria, what is that thing that Nigeria has invented? With all the professor, with all the things, with all the mouths we get, with all this, we are just rehearsing and cramming what other people has postulated. Your engineering students, it is somebody that all those things you are studying, somebody that brought it out to life. What have you brought out to life as a Nigerian that is patented in Nigeria, like this one in Nigeria? The people that discovered light bulb is a Nigerian from Nigeria, patented in Nigeria, not those ones that went abroad. From abroad, they got some kind of exposure and they are doing what they are doing. So if you know what Nnamdi Kanu stands for, if you sit down well and look at it critically, Sunday Igboho saw the light and looked at it critically. You see, people want to so much protect this one Nigeria, but instead, one Nigeria is destroying your culture, is destroying your heritage, is destroying your history. One Nigeria is invading your land and people are running away from their ancestral home. One Nigeria, see, Nigerians have not seen development for the past 50 years. Anything, one Nigeria destroys you as a human being because it is created by some people. But some people are bent on, say that one Nigeria must happen. You see, when some people get the benefit from the system, they don't care. That is a typical Nigerian. You see, somebody who is not in government today will be crying, government is bad, government is bad. When they give that person position, you say, go change mouth. That is how some people that are pushing for one Nigeria, they feel that Nigeria can work. My brother, I don't know how I can convince you. But in Nnamdi Kanu's case, Whatever that happens to him, I know the young man is ready for whatever that is coming. But the thing here is that what image would the Nigerian government build for itself? When you look at it like this, look at it, you know that there's pressure from the United States, this Christian genocide, and the IPOB, some elements are using this opportunity to push the Biafra agenda, saying that we Biafrans are Christians, we are being persecuted. You see all those things, it will be difficult for the president or for the powers that be at this point in time, those that are pushing for him to be executed or whatever, life imprisonment, it will be difficult for them to push the agenda. So what Omotosho may do, there are three things he may do. Is either he recuse himself, or he pass the judgment, or they use the adjourning tactics. They'll be adjourning. That's the only thing they can do until there's a better time to wanting to sentence Nnamdi Kanu. My brother, if the Fulani have their way, they will sentence a Nnamdi Kanu without flinching. If Britain have their way, see, the people that are fighting for Africa to be free are the enemies. And who are those that are used to attack them? They are the people, the Africans themselves, the slaves. Have you seen a slave before? Somebody that he was born into slavery. He doesn't know what freedom is like. Anything they sell to him, anything like freedom they sell to him is what freedom is to him. But the real freedom is for you to be able to decide for yourself without any external interference. Because Africa, as it is, there's so much Western interference in Africa. Africa cannot do some things except the West permits of it. Look at what France and Burkina Faso and Niger Republic and Mali are doing. Look at what France, how France colonized almost most of these countries. They use the currency of France. France controlled the economy despite purported independence. So anybody that stands up to fight for the liberation of Africa becomes an enemy of the people. And it is ironical. This Oyibo, they are there laughing at you with your PhD, with your professor degree, with your master's degree. You think a one Nigeria created by the West will work. I don't know how you look at it. That is why I don't believe Trump will be able to separate the country, because it may not be to their own benefit. However, if they can put the country in chaos and like distract you from like trying to restructure, they will do so. But separating the country, so somebody said something, and I picked it. The person said that Africa needs to unite. Look at India, look at China, look at the number of people they have. Look at how they are building economies. Look at China, the model China used. Coming together as Africans, coming together, having one currency that is backed by our natural resources. My brother, it is a lot of things. If you don't understand, coming together as Africans, all countries in Africa, the border you are seeing today is created by the colonialists. These borders you see, we don't really need borders. Yes, we don't really need borders. If you are entering Oyo State, or from Oyo you are going to Ondo State, or from Ondo you are entering Edo State, is there a border? But you know this, there are demarcations, But these imaginary borders created by the West is what they use to chain us, put us, lump us. Yes, they put us down. And we are happy in our chains. If Africa should unite, we have a currency, single currency. The West will never. They will fight tooth and nail to make sure that does not happen. That is why they try as much as they can to control the government. Look at Cameroon. Look at the president. Look at the powers that be in Cameroon. The West are seeing all these things. The colonialists are seeing what is going on in Cameroon. They will not fight for democracy or for the people or what. But where people are trying to liberate themselves, that's where they are interested in. I told my people, nobody will do what you can do for yourself. Even though somebody is coming to help you, you need to do most of the work. Even though somebody is coming to trigger something, give you a push. What America can do for Biafra or for any country that wants to liberate itself from the chains of the colonialists, what this Trump administration can do is to give you a push. If it gives you a push, it will not do everything for you. It is left for you to, who have already prepared yourself. You know, opportunity means preparation. That is where it is sweet. Yes. So as it stands, if Africa will unite, somebody will ask the question, if you are telling Africans to unite, why do you want Biafra to break? Now, like I said, the chains that these Westerners have used to put us together, we need to break from it. We now realize ourselves, understand ourselves, then we have this African alliance. We have the African Organization of African Unity. It's like just this African Union. Now the West, they control African Union. Because whatever you are doing, it is them. Your system of government, now them. Whatever, your economy, now them, they control them. So even the building, or the African Union building, now them, now build them for you. China, they do their own. US, they do their own. Everybody, they try to do their own. I'm telling you, these are the realities. So we need to break free from, like Nigeria today. If we have different states, then with our individuality and understanding our differences, you have the European Union, different countries. They are European Union. They have an understanding. They come together. They work as European Union. United States are different countries. That is why that mayor that won New York can talk to Trump anyhow, because they know that states, different states, they're united. You can see the number of people. We can be United States of Africa. Yes. United States of America, United States of Africa. If we have that and we bring out the currency backed up by our natural resources, my brother, Europe will crumble in not less than 4 or 5 years. In not less than 4 or 5 years. I'm using this opportunity to make you understand what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. If you think that he's a terrorist or whatever it is, the joke is on you. Not to realize that the people that made sure Nigeria is what it is today committed acts of terror. Who is going to charge them for those criminalities? In every revolution, there's always casualty. I tell you. Nnamdi Kanu wrote a letter to the United States, highlighted at every point in time the Nigerian army ambushed peaceful protesters and killed. At a point, he mentioned where 150 people were killed of just a protest. So the Nigerian government killed. Who is going to hold the Nigerian government responsible? Reportedly, Nigerian government kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. Who is going to hold the Nigerian government responsible for those acts? Reported acts. These are the questions we're asking. So if you have that mentality of, you have that box mentality, that's why people go to school in Nigeria. You are not useful, you are not productive. You are just looking for work. You go to school, you shouldn't be looking for work. You should be looking on how, see, when some people go to school and they work for free, these people that work for, see, you go to school, you have knowledge. It is how you apply that knowledge that you'll be looking at and create something. That is the reality. So this is the system, this is the way they have bought you. Anybody coming to fight for, look at Sunday Igboho, look at how the Fulani want to finish Sunday Igboho. You say under the Fulani, look at what the extent they went. They went against international laws, the extent they went to even kidnap the guy from Kenya, the Fulani. Just look at what is going on. And we are not seeing all those things. We are just boxed in this Nigeria of a thing. Since 1960, what have you benefited from Nigeria? The word Nigeria. I said it that slaves, when they give birth to somebody in slavery, he doesn't know what freedom looks like. He has not experienced freedom. So we are giving birth to in this system, and you don't know what they call sovereignty. Sovereignty. If True will do anyhow, you go not say Nigeria no get sovereignty. If Africa do anyhow, you go not say Africa no get sovereignty. Because we are not free yet. We are not the ones that will determine our future. It is some people in some Washington or Downing Street or somewhere that is determining our future. And people don't understand. People think it's alien. This guy cannot be making sense. It's not true, my brother. These are the reality. So if you think that people fighting for Biafra, they are foolish people, the joke is on you. It's not on me. I've looked at it critically. My brother, we know ourselves that Nigeria is not united. We know that, see, the hatred Even the politicians are even making things worse. They are even making sure they plan the hatred the more. We know that the British, these colonialists, now them created that civil war so as to put a wedge amongst us so that we can be fighting ourselves and even almost kill ourselves at the end. We know that all these things that are being pushed and created, the hands of the West is in it to make sure that Africa is destabilized, and Africa is destabilized. One of the backward continents in the world. Look at even South Africa that we are even raising hands. Now, Oyibo, they control the blacks for South Africa. Oyibo say they want to form their own country. Oyibo now they control 70% of the whole land and economy and means of production. The one where we say, like, it show say Africa. You see how we are living a fake reality. In this system, we are living a fake reality. So until we tell ourselves the truth, whatever that is being handed to Nnamdi Kanu today, my brother, me, I know that all of us are inside this together. Anytime you wake up is your money. But when you go and wake up, you go wake up in the night, where we say everybody don't go. Now you know. Anytime you come to the some people know these things, but you see, African greed, stupidity and foolishness will make people not accept the fact. They see impossibility in everything. Someone asks you, how can we divide the country? How can we do this? How can we push for this? Is it not people that are doing impossible things? How can US invade Nigeria? When they enter Nigeria, you go know how US can invade Nigeria. Someone say US cannot invade Nigeria, blah blah. Nigeria is suffering. When they enter, you go know. You see, how do you divide Nigeria? This is just a simple logic. You have boundaries already created. You make sure these boundaries are protected with the understanding. There will be a meeting. There will be document signing. There will be change. They'll go and meet at the United Nations. They will sign the document. Everybody will understand. How do they create state? Remove one state from another state. Let me ask you the question. How do they create state? You understand how you can create countries within themselves. So if we stay like this, lying to ourselves, deceiving ourselves, the joke is on us, it's not on anybody. The joke is on you and I if we keep on lying to ourselves. So Nnamdi Kanu's case, the sentencing him, I don't think to death is possible at this moment. Because if you sentence Nnamdi Kanu to death, the civil war is something that we have not recovered from. You have also the wound. You have also used the dagger and created more deeper wound. If Nnamdi Kanu is being sentenced to death, so it is complicated. The judge there, the justice there, is on the hot seat. If he recuses himself, if he excuses himself from the case, it will be difficult for you to see another person that want to take up that case of Nnamdi Kanu, except the government force that person. Or tell them, say, no worry, we know what we want to do. Just go and represent us. If Omotosho recused himself from that case, he have been threatening. He threatened, if you don't show your defense by 5th, blah, 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 like this. By 5th, the guy say, lie, I no agree for you. He says 7th, Rishiko, everybody is trying to speak BB grammar, how to connect the grammar and make the grammar explain it to people. You will explain no evidence. It is complicated. So you cannot, if you not send the young man to life imprisonment, it's another complication. Wherever you go is complicated. But my message to Nigerians is that don't see Nnamdi Kanu as somebody that is fighting against you. However, he's doing his own thing. He has his own character flaws. I will repeat it again. Maybe people will understand. The colonialists, before they came to Benin Kingdom, they killed people. They not kill people. Who go hold them responsible for the people they killed? They kill people. They now form a protectorate. And you are now worshipping them. They conquered you. You are now worshipping them. Till today, they created this Nigeria. How did they get this Nigeria? If not by struggle or revolution. And under every revolution, there's always casualty. If as a person, you want to do something, there's always sacrifice. So don't let them use that sacrifice, whatever happens, or the collateral damage that happens. Don't think this sacrifice. I don't have to explain. the Oyubo themselves, the atrocities they committed on African soil cannot be repaid. But they are the ones that will tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is this, Nnamdi Kanu is this. Now then they designate terrorist organization, while them, they support terrorists. Look at the Syrian president. You look at Syrian president. That they put $10 million bounty on his head. See what thing could happen at the end of the day. So it is unfortunate that we are in this situation. But the Igbos, like I said, we need to go back to the drawing board. It is not time to start whining. Whining has not helped anybody. The powers that are holding Nnamdi Kanu, they are very, very sophisticated and organized. So if you are not organized as a people, you cannot beat them, no matter how you cry from now to tomorrow. It is resources we are talking about. Resources. People value, these people, they value the resources more than you. It doesn't take them anything to wipe you off the face of the earth, to take your resources. It doesn't take them anything. So we need to come together and realize that we have to build. Divided, we cannot achieve anything divided. If we want to tell ourselves lies, let us keep on telling ourselves lies until reality sets in, until maybe it may be too late. Because this our generation has to achieve this restructuring. The next generation, we cannot rely on them. I can tell you, the next generation, we cannot rely on them because they don't have the clout. They don't have the stamina to put. See, the foundation that of our younger people is shaky. The Fulani have a very strong foundation. They know how they preserve themselves. Oh. They know how they run their own package. Yeah? But we are here. We are here. So anything that happens to Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria is in a dilemma. And is putting himself into more trouble that, well, at the end of the day, everybody will understand that we need to go back to our father's land. We don't belong in this mere geographical expression, this system that has been created for us by the imperialists.